everybody, welcome back to another video with Lord Your Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this video is a requested video from quite a few people. A few people out here want to know how to increase your height using the law of assumption or manifesting in general, conscious manifesting, whatever it is that you use or do, whatever. I want you all to know that manifesting a height difference, whether it be to grow smaller or to grow taller, are both things that are completely and utterly possible and can be done in your favor. You just have to be the enabler of it all. You know, just like anything else that you would manifest a physical appearance change for. If you want to lose weight, gain weight, change a shape feature on your face, like whatever it is that you want to change, I want you all to know that it is literally the same exact concept for changing your height. You just have to be the person to be in charge of that, you know, because in order to do things like this where you're physically changing physical appearance changes, physical features on yourself, you have to be strong enough to know that they're actually done in your favor. You know, you can't be the person who says, I want to be this and I want to be that, but you keep saying, I want to be. Like, be it. Decide on it. If you say that you're 7 foot tall, then you are. If you say that you're 5 foot tall, then you are. Whatever it is that you are claiming, you have to claim it with your chest. Know that it is the truth, live through that truth, and watch it become the truth, because it already is the truth the same second that you say that it is the truth. It really is this simple, guys. That's what I love about using the law of assumption, is that manifesting whatever you want is as easy as an assumption. Like, literally, if you assume differently, you will get different things, and that is just the wonderful thing about it. It really is. But alright, guys, we can get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about how to manifest that height change within yourself. We'll tell you guys, I have definitely seen people in my life change their heights using the law of assumption. I know personal people, I've seen hella success stories, I've seen all kinds of different things in regards to changing height, and I can tell you, like, it is so freaking possible. You just have to know that it is possible. You have to claim it, you have to live through it. Like, you just gotta know that it can be done in your favor, and it really can be. But with that being said, I want to get into the first thing that you should definitely be working on when it comes to you manifesting this height difference, this height change, is that you have to stop assuming that this is impossible. Okay, the one thing that I will tell you guys about height changes is that I think that it's the one thing that people doubt the most when it comes to physical appearance changes. And the reason for that is because, as y'all know, there's a lot of limits that are set on height. Like, some people say that after a certain age you stop growing, after a certain age you start to shrink, you can grow in height for only a short amount of time before you're stuck where you are, like all that stuff. And I entirely understand them, trust me. Obviously, in this logical based world or whatever, this is something that you might hear at the doctor, something your parents have said, something even your grandparents have said. Like, people have a weird obsession with height and they tend to talk about it a lot, you know, like parents are like, oh, my son's gonna be this and my daughter that, like, you know, shit like that. And I understand, but it's also not something that you have to take with you where you're telling yourself, I am gonna be stuck at this height and that's it, I'm 5'1" forever. If you want to be 5'7" and you're 5'1" right now, you can be 5'7", but you have to stop thinking that you cannot be. Stop telling yourself that growing in height is impossible, that you would have to get knee surgery, that you have to take hormones or whatever else. You don't have to do shit that you don't want to do if you don't want to do them, because the simple thing here is it's all about your assumptions. If you assume differently, like I said, you will get something different. So upon you assuming differently, stop assuming that your height right now is the only height that you will ever be. If you're 5'1", stop telling yourself that that is the height. Like, that's it, I'm gonna be 5'1" for the rest of my life. My mom is 5'1" and I get it from her, so that means that it's done. All the women in my family are so short. No, stop, okay? Right then and there, you are implementing a whole bunch of limits onto yourself where you're telling yourself that you can't get to where you need to be because all of these things around you are telling you that it's not possible. That is a big fat no-no, because it's not true, period. Just because you see certain things and you think certain things does not mean that they are the truth. You have to stop letting that be such a big deal in your reality, though, where you're living through that mindset of, oh, I'm stuck here forever because everyone and everything around me is showing me that this is the farthest I will go. No, it's not. If you want to go farther, you can go farther. If you want to be a professional basketball player, you can grow in height. If you want to be shorter, you can do it. So start letting yourself know that this is something that you can do. And the way that you start to get there is you start to think about the height that you want, okay? Right after you're telling yourself that the height that you're at right now is not the height that you'll be at forever, right then and there, you have automatically taken away a bunch of limits that you were implementing on yourself before. You were telling yourself that there are limits, that you couldn't do it, it's impossible. You were solidifying that, okay? In that moment, while you were telling yourself that you couldn't, you were telling yourself, I'm tapped here, it's tanked, that's it. Right then and there, you were saying that. But as you were changing your mind and you were telling yourself that you actually can grow, that there is a different height that you can be, that things can be different, you are now letting that be the truth. Now there are things that you can actually do. Now you can actually be a different height. Now there is the possibility that you can grow or shrink depending on what you want, but you have opened that door for yourself, and that is how easy it is to do that. Some people think think to themselves that the second that they say, I can be a different height right now, that if they don't grow in that second, that means that it's not possible. Absolutely not. Remember what you're doing. You have to saturate your mind to know that this is the truth. Upon you saturating your mind, what you would do is you start to tell yourself, I can be 5'4". I could be 5'7". I am 6 foot. I am at my perfect height. I love my height so much. I am so tall. I'm so short. I am exactly where I want to be at because I chose this height for myself. You know what's best for you. Despite the height that you were born as, if you want to change it, just know that you were destined to change that. As crazy as it may sound, you might think to yourself, but wouldn't I have already been born being the height that I wanted to be at? Listen, in this lifetime, you were meant to prove yourself wrong. All those limits that you thought were limits, you were meant to prove that them shits have nothing to do with you. You were meant to prove to yourself and to the world that you are really as limitless as you knew that you always were, but now that you actually know it for yourself, you can actually make it a reality for yourself. So upon you knowing that this is the truth, I can actually change my height, start getting on it. Just like I said, telling yourself, I am at this height, I'm at this height, I'm at this height. Do not be disappointed in yourself if you don't see an immediate change, because even if you don't physically see the change in the 4D, babe, you are already at the height that you're saying that you're at right in this very moment. Whatever you are deciding on, you are already there, and that's final. Upon you knowing that these changes are already manifested for you in the 4D, it is already done. Like literally already solidified and done in your favor. Now you have to keep going on with the thought process that you really are at the height that you say that you are at, okay? So what this means is that if there's ever a moment where you want to complain about your height, you want to check in the mirror, you want to check to see if you and other people are at the same height or not, or whatever else that you might be doing to check the 3D, you got to stop yourself real fucking quick, because what you're doing whenever you check the 3D is you're messing with the flow of everything. You're messing with the fact that you told yourself that you are there, now you're telling yourself that you're not. So what is it? Which one is it going to be? Because you're choosing a state. And if you choose the state in which you are the height that you don't want to be at, you are choosing that state and you're going to stay there. But if you are choosing to be in the state of I am at my desired height and it is permanent and that's final, you will be there as well. Which one is it going to be though? Be wise about your decision making, because that is exactly what's going to end up manifesting. Whichever one it is that you are firmly believing in more, like you actually know is the reality for you, that will be the one that will be manifested in your favor. But like I said, in your favor, you want it to be something that is desirable to you, that works in your favor. This is how this works for you. You make things work for you. You don't work against them. If you want to check, look in the mirror, compare yourself, whatever else, you have to remind yourself that nothing outside of you is ever going to be strong enough or big enough to make you believe what is or what is not the truth, because you solely do that for yourself, not anything around you. The 3D, the physical reality, is not going to come out of its way to validate you, bitch. You gotta validate yourself, because this is your life. If you have decided on that height, be loyal to that height. Be loyal to it so that you can really see it manifest in your favor. And even if you do have those moments where you do want to check, you do feel like you can't do this, whatever, that is when that good ass self-concept that you got inside starts to come out, and it starts to complement you and your wonderful reality. Upon you having that amazing self-concept, if a doubt ever arises, you just remind yourself, I'm the one who's in control. I'm the one who says what goes. If I decided on this height, I am at this height, and that's final. You have to be strong-minded when it comes to this. Being weak-minded is not going to get you anywhere, because being weak-minded is going to call that you feel insecure enough to check for things that you shouldn't be checking for, to contradict yourself, to overthink what's going on around you. Why would a secure person overthink any of this stuff? They wouldn't, because they know better, because they know what they're doing, because they know that they are the best, and that if they claim that they have what they want right now, then they absolutely do, right here, right now. This is something that you have to have a strong backbone for, a strong mindset, and strong boundaries within what you will and will not accept within your reality. You said you're 7 foot, you're 7 fucking foot. You don't have to buy new pants that suit the 7 foot height that you are at right now. You don't have to change your wardrobe. You don't have to lie to people and say, I'm 7 foot. You don't have to do any of that shit. Go with the flow of what you say you have going on for yourself, regardless of anything going on around you. This is solely about living in your head. If you are consistently living within the reality that you say is a reality for yourself right now, how could you ever lack in any way, shape, or form? Like, you literally could not, because you are creating the reality that you are so wonderfully a part of. Buying all this new shit to suit the person that you are now, lying to others, all that stuff is you trying to manipulate the 3D to say that, oh, if I'm doing this, that means that it has to come now because I'm doing. No, bitch. It's about having a strong sense of self. If you tell yourself I'm 7 foot and no one and nothing can take me away from that, you will be, because you already are 7 foot, because you are claiming that with your chest. You're not falling victim to what's going on around you. You're not waiting for the day to come. You're not asking how long it'll take. Like, you're not doing anything that you know you shouldn't be doing, because none of that will ever have anything to do with you in the first place, like at all. If it makes you feel like a victim, if it makes you feel small, if it makes you feel like you have to force things into your reality, when you know that manifesting is effortless, you gotta stop it right now, because that is not healthy, nor is it helpful, nor does it embed your confidence any further into yourself like it should be embedded within you in the first place. You are not someone who falls victim to, oh, I'm so small, oh, I'm so tall, I don't know how to change my height. Yes, you do. You change your height by choosing a height, telling yourself that you have that height, sticking to that height, not letting anyone or anything around you tell you that you're not that height, only listening to yourself and what you are telling yourself within your mind, and that's it. It ends up manifesting regardless. Don't worry about what your parents will say when they see you. Don't worry about what your friends will think when they see you. Don't worry about what that ex-girlfriend or boyfriend is gonna think when they see you. All they're gonna think is that you fucking glowed up. That's it. Don't worry about the logics that go behind this. I can completely understand what it is for someone to sit there and to wonder about all the ways that their life will change if they did manifest this thing, but it's my height. But I'm gonna grow taller, but I'm gonna grow shorter. People are gonna notice. What am I gonna say? You're thinking way too hard. Absolutely nobody cares about what happened to your height. They might be a little shocked at first, or if you are the kind of person who wants to manifest that everyone always saw you that way, that's completely fine. That'll work too. But if you are afraid that people are gonna say something, you have to understand that it literally doesn't matter. They're only going to assume the best out of that situation. Oh my god, you had a growth spurt. Yup, that's exactly what you could blame it on. I had a growth spurt. In fact, you can even use that as a placebo effect for yourself, where you make it a belief within yourself that you're gonna hit a late growth spurt. I'm 22 and suddenly I grew 3 inches. Oh my god, I grew 4 inches, 5. That is what happens when you let the growth spurt work in your favor. You see, you can manifest anything you want at any time. And if you are also somebody who feels like this is a little bit limited in the way that you can't really understand how, like if you need logics to get you through these kinds of things, like I said, implement the idea of you going through a growth spurt. Oh, I took some vitamins that helped me grow my height. Pediasure came through. Like, I don't fucking know or care what you tell yourself. As long as you feel it real, as long as you know that it's real, as long as you know that it's done, whether it be through a placebo effect or you just knowing through your words that it is done because you said so, I don't care what you do. Just do it for yourself, because regardless, you will be exactly where you want to be. You will be at the height that you want to be at. You already are there. You just have to stop caring so much about the circumstances, about what people will say, about if you have the power to make it happen, about how is it going to happen. None of this matters at all. Another big thing that I know has helped a lot of people, and people that I know as well, increase or decrease their height, is that they also imagine themselves right before bed, which I kind of think is a SATS technique thing, which is state akin to sleep. You imagining and feeling your desire real right before you go to bed. You go to bed in that feeling and you wake up with that feeling, and it pretty much implements into your reality. You can also imagine yourself either decreasing or increasing in height. So for some people, I know that they imagine their bones literally getting longer. They imagine their legs growing, their kneecaps expanding, and like their whole body just generally growing as a whole, because you know with your height, usually your arms and your torso also grows. Or if you are manifesting growing shorter, you can imagine it all decreasing. You're getting shorter, your limbs are becoming a little bit shorter, your torso is shrinking a little, like whatever it is. You can implement whatever it is that you want, but just know that it is all real. Very, very real. You can do other things as well, like fake measuring yourself as 7 foot tall, 6 foot tall, 5'7", whatever height that you want to be at, or even 5'1". You know how some people write the marker on the wall or whatever? Do the same thing for yourself. Make yourself out to be exactly who you want to be. I'm already there. I'm already there. Whatever. You can also visualize yourself being taller than your peers, being shorter than your peers. And one of the other cool things that somebody that I know did to manifest their height increase is that they were drawing themselves in stick figures being taller than everybody else. As you know, stick figures are just like literally a line body, so you can make them as tall and as short as you want them to be, and it's really simple. You simply draw everyone around you to be taller or shorter than you are in that stick figure drawing, and then you make yourself to be however you want it to be. That is another great way to implement confidence into yourself, to be like, I can definitely do this, because you absolutely can. And do believe me guys, this is 110% possible. Even if you think that it's not possible, or you do need knee surgery or whatever other bullshit, like know that no you don't. Like you don't have to do, again, anything that you don't want to do. It can be as easy as saying to yourself, I am 6 foot tall. I am 6 foot tall. I love being 6 foot tall. I love feeling myself being 6 foot tall. Being 6 foot tall is the best. I have always been 6 foot tall. Everyone has always seen me as 6 foot tall. I have always been 6 foot tall, and I will forever be 6 foot tall. Like tell yourself these things if you want to, if you like to affirm and persist. This is another great way to go about it. Whatever makes you feel feel most comfortable though, because at the end of this is all about your own comfort level. Like, it has to feel very natural to you. And if visualizing, affirming is not what it is for you, just pick your state and fucking stay there. That right there, choosing your states to your advantage, is definitely something that I think is the easiest thing in this world to do, because it's just a matter of decision and choice. But you can go ahead and choose that. I chose my desired state. I'm at my desired state. I chose my desired height. I am at my desired height. I have my desired height. Like, you are in that state right now because you're implementing that. It is that easy, guys. It is that easy. Just again, please do not think about the logics. Do not overcomplicate this. Do not overthink this. Do not look into your family history to see if there's a gene in there that will maybe make you grow taller. Shit, if you have a really tall uncle, use them to your advantage. I get it from my uncle. Got a late growth spurt and I'm as tall as him now. Like, you feel me? Use anything to your advantage, but just know that you can do this. You don't have to fake shit. You don't gotta pretend nothing. Just be yourself. Be your most wonderful self, and trust that each and every single day you are growing 1 inch taller, 1 inch taller, 1 inch taller, or 1 inch shorter, 1 inch shorter, 1 inch shorter, whatever it is. Just know that it is all working out for you right in this very moment. How liberating is that? It is the best knowing that you can do this, because we all can. And we all are really as limitless as this. I love that about this universe, is that you never have to be stuck in a single situation. I promise you. This world is limitless. It's endless within opportunities. Like, you can do anything. And if you can do anything, you better make it happen for yourself in the very best way possible. You can fucking do this. I believe in you. So if you want to get that height increase or decrease, you better get that, bitch, because it's already done in your favor. Right here, right now, period. That's all there is to it. You tall ass or short ass motherfucker. Just like that. But alright, my love, that's basically it for my video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video helped you out to the best of its ability, and I know that it did, because guys, if you want to change your height, like, you can definitely do that. Please don't let anyone or anything make you feel like you can't. Don't let anyone make you feel like it's impossible. Don't let anything make you think that you have to sacrifice shit in order to increase or decrease your height. Like, you don't have to do any of that stuff. As limiting as it may sound for you to increase or decrease your height, please do remember that they're only limits. Like, they're only limits that were implemented by limited people, limited mindsets. That's okay for those people, but in your reality, you're not claiming any of that shit, because that has nothing to do with you. And besides that, what better way to live than knowing that everything that you want, you can easily have just because you want it. It is so good knowing that at the end of it all, this is your life. Like, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can be as free as you want to be. It's all in your bag. Like, your height is your choice. Just like you chose your physical appearance changes within increasing weight, decreasing weight, changing your body shape, changing your eye color, your lips, your nose. I don't care what it is that you have changed. Your height is no different from that. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I do understand that this is more of a limited kind of topic in regards to people believing that this is possible. But all in all, as I am speaking within this video, it only becomes more and more apparent to me that this is 110% possible. I already knew that it was, but literally listen, did you hear all the ways that I told you that you could manifest this? Visualizing it, placebo effects, affirming it, choosing a state, using your uncle to your advantage. Oh my god, wait a minute. Using your relatives to your advantage, let's say that better. But on some real shit, like, anything can be used to help you work your way to your desired height in your favor, because it's already done right here, right now. You feel me? Another tip that I will tell you guys is to not assume that it's going to take you a long time. I think this is very important as well, because I do know as well, for those people that I know that have increased their height, they had also expressed to me the doubts that they had in regards to increasing their height. They knew that it was possible and they knew that it was going to happen, but they kept feeling like it was going to take too much time. They didn't know how long it was going to take before they would actually hit 6 foot, or before this and that would happen, whatever. I completely understand, you know, again, you might have that little fear within your head, but you gotta kill that bitch, because it has nothing on you. Remind yourself that you are capable of changing your height in the matter of a week if you wanted to, in the matter of a month, in the matter of however long you want to. If you want to say that you grow gradually over the course of a month, and that makes you feel the most comfortable, go ahead and say that. If you're someone who can say, I wake up tomorrow and I'm 6 foot tall, go ahead and fucking say that. I don't care what you tell yourself, just make it something that makes you feel good. But please do remember that it does not have to take long if you don't want it to take long. Nothing in this world has to take long to be manifested in your favor, because this is your reality and you do have a lot of time. I promise you, you really do. And besides that, as a little side note, if you do find yourself not manifesting the height change in a week, like if you feel like you failed at this, please remember remember that you did not fail. You're never gonna fail. You can't fail. You have succeeded at it all. Even if you think in that moment that you have failed, please remember, even if you said in a week I'll be, and in a week you feel like you aren't, remember, in the 4D, you are it. So you have succeeded. You are manifested at that desired height, and you are now there. That's it. Never claim failure. Never feel like you missed out. Never feel like you're behind. You're not. You're still very much empowered and capable of manifesting this thing. You just have to keep yourself in that mental of knowing that it is already done. You can make this work in your favor in any way, shape, or form, babe. There are no limits to the amounts of ways that you can manifest your desired height, whether it be shorter or taller, I don't care. Just know that you can do this. And just know that your limbs will change and move in your favor. Just like everything else, you don't need to know how the bone plates are fucking moving together and what kind of bone marrow do I have to make it happen, bitch. It doesn't matter. If X-Men, well, actually, let me rephrase that. If Logan can have, shing, bitch, you can have whatever it is that you want to have. Like, I'm telling you. Of course, that's a comic, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Just don't limit yourself. Just know that anything is possible. People have really done this. I've seen it. I know that's fucking real. Everything is real, so you can do it too. Just keep it within your heart and your soul. Your desired height is yours right now, and that is a very liberating feeling, and I could not be happier or prouder of you, because you really are that bitch, and you really did manifest that height difference just because you wanted to, and that's it. Love that for you more than anything. But most definitely, my love, thank y'all so much again for watching my video. It really does mean the world to me. I intend that you all learned a lot from this video in regards to changing your height. You can do this. I know that you can do this. Please know that you can do this. We all can, and it's already done because we said so, and that's it. But may God bless all of you angels, and please take care, everybody. And don't you go on forgetting for a moment that you are 110% capable of manifesting that desired height. If you want to be a cute little munchkin or a tall ass motherfucker, I don't care what it is, tall glass of water, be it though, because you already are it, and that's it. Even if you think that manifesting height changes is impossible, just understand that you're only setting yourself in that direction. You are telling yourself that you can't do this. You're telling yourself that you cannot grow at the desired height that you want to be at, that it's not possible, that it's just there, whatever. Okay, that's your reality, but you're not going to do that because you know better than that. And as someone who is truly as capable as you are, you have to know better than to be limiting yourself in these ways that you don't even want to be limited in. Decide on that height, know that that height is yours, and live through as that height. Just like I said at the beginning of the video, this is a constant reminder to yourself because this is your life. It's your rules, your height, your body, your choice, bitch. Whatever it is that you want it to be though, you gotta make it yours. So if you say that you're 5'8", you better claim that fully, babe. If you tell yourself, I want to be a model, I want to be 5'10", you're 5'10", and you are a supermodel. If you tell yourself, I want to grow down because I've been too tall all my life, okay, babe, be 5'2". I don't care what it is that you want to be, but you better be that bitch because you have decided on it, and you're not going to settle for anything less or more. Actually, if we're settling, it's going to be more, but we're not settling at all because that height needs to be what you want it to be at. I don't like to hear people feeling unhappy with their heights when they're like, I'm too tall, I'm too short, blah, blah, blah. Get comfortable with yourself. Make it happen. If you know that you can change this, why would you, one, not change it, but number two, make it more complicated to a point where you can't change it because you're overthinking so much. You know that you don't want that to be you, so don't let it be you. You're beyond that shit. You are so far past that shit. It can't even touch you because you're so tall. Or maybe you're so short you ran around it. Like, whatever it is that you want it to be, just make it work in your favor. Visualize yourself growing, visualize yourself shrinking, feel them bones getting taller, getting shorter. Even if you wake up one day and you feel like a little pain in your knee, bro, use it to your advantage. Oh my God, I'm getting taller. I'm getting taller. That's why my knees hurt. That's why my knees hurt. Oh my God, I'm getting shorter. That's why my knees hurt. I'm so happy my knees hurt. Like, you see what I'm saying? Use it all to your advantage. There's placebos everywhere. Even if you want to say me drinking this water, oop, that's my short medicine. Oop, that's my tall medicine. Don't care what it is. Just make it work for you. I believe in you. This height is yours and you are perfect at that desired height. I love that for you. This is the best thing that's ever happened to you because you always deserve to be exactly where you wanted to be at. Now you're there, live it all the way through. It's already done. You already knew that, you tall ass and short ass motherfucker. It's all meant for you right now. Bye. I don't care if it's your height, you are not settling. I don't care what it is. Just saw 3. You are not meant to settle. You are not meant to settle in any way, shape, or form. You're not meant to settle at all. And if you feel like your height makes you feel that unhappy, you need to get up and do something about it because this is your life. If you're not gonna sit there and accept it as it is, change it to be in your favor. Work it in your favor. You can make whatever happen in your favor because you want it to be done in your favor. Take a look at all the models around you. Take a look at all the cute short people around you, whatever it is, but do know that they got that way for a reason. Maybe for them it was genetics. race. Maybe it was because they were the only one in the family that was. Whatever it is, but just know that that reason that they had can be yours as well. You don't have to sit here and accept being too short or too tall because my family, I don't care. Don't care, bitch. You're the one who broke the family tree. The family DNA, you got something different in your blood, mutant status for real, because you're different. You made it happen for you. Just like you change your face, just like you change whatever else. Just by using the law of assumption, you can change your height. And your height does not have to be set in stone, cursing you for the rest of your life if you don't want it to. I can't express how easy it is to make changes like this in your reality. You just have to be strong enough to stick it all the way out. Because being strong enough to is exactly what ends up manifesting that thing. You cannot sit here and tell yourself that you are limitless, meanwhile telling yourself as well that there are certain things that you can't change. You simply can't change that. Yes, you can. The mind is extremely powerful. The mind can move mountains if you wanted it to, but you need to make it happen first. Be loyal to the fact that you are as tall or as short as you want to be. Let it sit within your mind as the only truth, that you have always been this way or that you grew this way, whatever, and just let it be done in your favor right here, right now. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop checking for validation. Stop looking in the mirror. Stop doing the fucking most and just live your life knowing that you are already at the desired height that you want to be at, because this is your life and your height is yours. Whatever it is, you decide on it, but just know that it's all up to you because you can do this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can fucking do this. There are no questions to be asked. You can do this. You already have done it. It's already done. In the 4D, implemented, it is done. Love that for you. But you gotta remember it for yourself, because I'm here to let you know exactly what the tea is, and it's everything. Grow as tall or as short as you want to, but it's entirely up to you. You can do it regardless.